Well, thank you.
This is a safe place.
I know.
What's up, people?
Hey!
How are y'all? Y'all ain't awake. How are y'all? Oh, let me jack with this. I got the black one tonight. Yeah. So, y'all been keeping up with the wildfires?
Yeah, they're horrible.
I went and drove down there today and went and looked at them. As far as I could go, they closed the roads down. All this shit's doing is making my allergies worse, I'll tell you that much. Like, I moved up here from Houston, and allergies down there are just seasonal because it's just the pollen and shit. This dusty ass bullshit is killing me. Man, yeah, and they're like, well, try local honey. And at this point, I'll fucking suck a guy's dick named Zyrtec. I'm fuck. This is fucking killing me. So I just heard in the news that in China, they're rounding up Muslims and they're making them watch porn, drink alcohol, and eat pork. I'm like, I'm gonna move to China and be a Muslim. I'm like, damn, you know? I mean, it's just not real anyway. Well, at least they are. Anyway, so I got some stories I'm gonna tell. They're 100% true. So, like, I joined the army to get out of the trailer park, as a lot of us do. And like, as soon as I got to my duty station, I thought it was pretty funny that like they were building barracks for us. It's like 2007, so it was like a big influx of people getting recruited. You know, bonuses were super high. Mine was like $38,000 to be a truck driver, and I was like, that's cool. Until I figured out they were blowing us up. I'm like, that makes sense. But I got to my unit and fucking they're building this barracks, and where did I get put into? A trailer house. As soon as I joined the army to get out of the trailer park, and they put me right back into a trailer house. They're like, hey, you're going to the trailer barracks. I'm like, this is some bullshit. Nicest trailer house I've ever been in my fucking life. Holy shit, that thing was nice. It was so nice. Like, I've never seen a trailer house up until that point that actually had central air and heat. Like, all the ones I ever lived in had like window units. Right? It's like living in a can, trying to cool it off. But yeah, we get to Iraq, right? And the main thing they're killing us with is these roadside bombs called IEDs. And I'm walking into the DFAC in this place called JBB, Anaconda. We had to change the name because the Air Force was fucking bitching about they didn't get to name nothing. They're like, we named the damn base Anaconda, which is fucking cool. And they're like, all right, fine, Air Force, y'all can name it. You know they named it? Joint Base Balad, some technical bullshit. I'm like, Anaconda sounds so much cooler. Anyway, I'm walking into the DFAC, and the first thing you see is this thing called IED of the week. It's this information to teach you about the IEDs, and the one I was looking at before I went to the chow hall waiting in line is these things called an EFP. I can't remember what it stands for, but basically it's a tube with a cylinder in it, and then it's made out of copper, so when it explodes, it turns into molten lead or molten copper, and it pierces armor. And they're putting them like head high, so they can pop our heads off. So, you know, I'm reading this information. That's good information. Anyway, that night I'm on a mission, and I'm driving, and shit you not, big explosion by my head, exactly the way I read it. Sparks, everything. And I shit my pants. So that's the first time I shit my pants in Iraq. But here's the thing. Boom, right? And then you hear the radio screaming, IED, IED. And then I'm like, crap, I already crapped enough. And then so I'm going down and there's sparks and shit everywhere. And then about 10 seconds later, I get my sergeant on the radio. He has the most extinct voice. And he goes, Kirkland, you're dragging a telephone pole. I was like, what? You're dragging a telephone pole. I was like, hand the microphone to someone else. So I get the next message, you're dragging a telephone pole. So this is what happened. We were driving these big trucks, and they had 40 wheels on the trailer because we were pulling tanks. But what I was pulling was a troop transport. So it was like the trailer's here, then you have this huge tractor trailer thing on top of it, and then on top of that's a big antenna. And the antenna popped up. And that's what drug down the power line. So it took forever because the lines were live. They were like, keep driving until the lines, until you pull off the line. And this is the way I'm driving. I'm driving, and it's just near beep, near beep. I'm pulling the line down. It won't disconnect. So we had to get somebody to drive over that so I can pull off of that. Anyway, get the power line off the tractor trailer, and I have to tie this shit down. So I go to the top of this thing, and as soon as I get the damn antenna tied down, we start hearing pop, pop, bang, bang, shooting at us. I'm like, great, my head is the highest point right now, and they're shooting at it. So I jump off the trailer, I'm top heavy with all this gear on, and as soon as I land, I feel like electricity in my knee. And it's like, I swear to God, it sounded like a water balloon popping, but I twisted my fucking knee, and I hit the ground, and I felt like I was gonna throw up. So they get me in the tractor trailer, in my truck, and everything's fine. We find out later that the firing, the shooting was coming from a fucking wedding from the village next door. So, they did their and they started shooting in the air to celebrate. So there, anyway. So I'm in the truck and I'm sweating my ass off. It's hot. I feel like shit. And my interpreter's like, here, drink this. And I thought it was some weird Iraqi remedy. Whatever, I'll drink it, whatever. I drink it. And it kind of tastes like dirt and kind of like nutty. I'm like, whatever. 30 minutes later, I'm swatting at shit that's not there. It was poppy seed tea. You even know what that is? You take unwashed poppy seeds, you can do a cold water extraction, you basically make liquid heroin. So I get this warm body of God over me, and then my sergeant, this is his 4th deployment, he's like, yeah, when we get to the TMC, the doctor, let him know that you just drank that shit. Because they'll give you morphine or something, and then you're dead. And I was like, okay. So yeah, that was my first experience with liquid heroin. That was awesome. And then, because of that, when I got back to the States, they wanted to send me home early. But I was like, fuck that, because we were in what they call double time. We were in our 13th month, so every month after a year, you get $4,000 extra a month. Fuck that, you could have took both my legs. I'm staying there to get that extra money. So when we finally made it back to the States, they sent us out on a training mission, and while we were out playing football, this motherfucker took out my knee for good. So because of that, I got really, 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 really good with pain medicine. And my last mission in the Army was nothing but 2 weeks of what I call time travel. Because I met somebody that, you ever seen little blue footballs, little Xanax blue footballs? No? There's these little fucking things? Yeah, me neither till that day. Evidently you can crush them up and see what they smell like, and then you can do time travel. Shit is amazing. So if anybody's asking about the military, you will develop a drug problem. It will happen. It's pretty fucking easy. So when we got back out of the field, my buddy, I was going through a divorce, and he was like, you can stay with me for a while. So I went to his place, and he kept telling his wife to put oil in the car, and she didn't. Then the fucking, the water pump went off. So he was like, I'm gonna make that bitch do it. I'm gonna make her change it. She's gonna learn how to do it, and all that shit. And I'm sitting there listening to his big badass plan to teach her a lesson. And I was like, dude, I know how to do that. I can do it in an hour. He's like, nah, I bet you're gonna learn a lesson. I'm like, all right, cool, dude. You could be spiteful and teach her a lesson, or we could be driving by tomorrow and make your own decision. So, it's not the greatest decisions when you're fucked up on drugs, but anyway. All right, y'all. I'm gonna go now. Thanks for hearing me out.
Thank you.
All right. Love you guys.
Good jokes now. Good shit.
Hey.